Joe Biden and his vice president, Kamala Harris, were mostly silent while he was vacationing as the Taliban were wreaking havoc all through the Middle East. I'm honest, and this is the show, The Honest Experience.
Nope.
It's Monday, another week. We're back at it again. We're glad you're here to join us. I hope your weekend went well. Did any of you guys happen to see the ABC coverage over Joe Biden, the Taliban, the Middle East, all this crazy stuff that's going on? I think hell might have started freezing over before I saw this on TV. I had an article pop up on my phone talking about the world leaders on Sunday were condemning Joe Biden because he's off vacationing while the Middle East is burning up. I mean, Taliban is just land grabbing like nobody's business, and he's over there at Camp David or whatever doing nothing, and it's not even been 8 months. And if Trump would have been doing this, all the liberals would be up in arms, but we wouldn't have one word from anybody from the liberal side on the media side if it wasn't for these world leaders now getting upset because they depend on us. They love to hate us, but they love to depend on us. And so now that the world leaders are upset, and this is right now getting more coverage and bigger than the Delta virus that is so deadly that will kill more than any terrorist can ever think of, supposedly. Yeah, it's burning up, and Joe Biden's on vacation, and liberals haven't been saying nothing. So now world leaders are speaking up. So ABC, they were giving it to old Joe. Well, kinda, but I thought it was kind of funny for those that watched. And if not, you should go see if you could find it and check it out. The whole time as they were getting on, Joe Biden should not have been pulling out the troops. Joe Biden this, Joe, he's still sticking to his guns. He's still saying, and he's off vacationing, and they were saying all this stuff. Guess what kept coming between the field? Trump. In between everything, they were filling that up. Trump. Trump was doing this before Joe Biden. Blah, 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 blah. Trump deranged syndrome. It's there. He can't even get on to the current president without sitting there blaming the previous president. President Trump is no longer the president in office, and Joe Biden's the legal president. He is held accountable. All this bull crap where we had one person, President Obama, who sat there and blamed everything that was bad on his predecessor the whole 8 years. But if it was good, it was him. And when President Trump took the helm, everything that was bad was him, not his predecessor, but everything that was good was his predecessor. You guys are the biggest hypocrites, and you guys don't make sense. So now ABC's trying to call him out. They're being hypocrites, though. They're not really wanting to do it. We'll see what's going to be called out. But so you have the world in the Middle East burning. These liberals want to condemn Israel when they take up for themselves. You have the far left Omar from Minnesota, who is a Muslim who has openly, if you go look at some of the words, I mean, she can deny stuff all she wants, but pretty much openly defends terrorism. ISIS and the Taliban. I don't care if you got her to finally say something bad about them. I get so sick and tired of her and Rashida. I mean, those two people, they need to go. They're not even American. Omar married her brother to get citizenship. I don't know about Rashida at the moment, but I mean, they hate America. How can you be in charge of America and American laws if you hate America? And that doesn't go just for them. It goes for people like AOC, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. Thank God Harry Reid's out. Harry Reid should be arrested. What's that guy that did the Fast and Furious? Eric Holder. We gotta start getting arrested, people. But getting off subject, I do agree about one thing that Joe Biden said, and I wish he was really. They're getting on to him because he's sticking to his guns. Now he's not sticking to his guns. He's sticking to something that was probably told for him to do. That used to be the one of the things that the Democrats would run on was bring our military back. But since President Trump started doing that, now they're reversing course, and now you have this hitting the wall real quick where he's losing his mind. He doesn't know what to say real quick. This is where he was last standing. But you do need to bring home the troops. See, I'm guilty as charged. I used to never really was into politics at all until a little bit before 2012. I've went into some of that on other videos, and as we get to know each other, things will start getting clearer. But before I knew politics, before I give anything about watching news, or the stuff would bore me. I didn't know that this was aligning or agreeing with the Republican Party, but I would be somebody that would, thought we should be the world's police. They want everything from us. And I can get where some of these people think, well, you want everything from us. So, we just end up doing everything. And I think that's some of the mentality of what happened here in America, is that we just prospered and we were the A symbol for everything, that we end up having to be so charitable and taking care of everybody that everybody's, even the good that they're doing is from, a lot of it's from us. We have our hand in every country almost, and people say that's bad, but that's how a lot of these countries are rising up. But regardless if you think I'm wrong or you don't feel that I'm right, I have changed my opinion. I changed my opinion even before President Trump said anything. I do not think that we should be over there. Let them kill each other. Let them do what they got to do. They got so much hate. Let them figure out. The only thing that I would say that we should be over there for, unless if it's real strong American interest for a reason, there's a real strong ally or something that really needs our backup, kind of like Israel. Israel needs our backup. They need our support. And as a Christian, I support Israel. I don't care what you think about that. That's just where I am. That's not hypocritical. That is what my faith is. And I also covered that by saying that if we have allies, Israel is our ally. If we have allies and they are needing our help, we should help them. But I do agree with Joe Biden that we need to bring back our troops. Our troops are over there sacrificing so much, and they get little respect here. And then now, I thought all this before then, but now we're putting our military at risk with wanting to worry about social justice issues and stuff. They don't need to be on the front line getting shot at, worrying about somebody throwing a tantrum because they are a guy, looks like a guy, but they want to be called a female. They don't need to be worrying about all these made up terms like white rage, black rage, all that crap. That stuff is stupid. Get out of it. The military, no matter what you think about it, if you think that we even need to stop the spending and make it smaller, our military cannot be infected by political crap. It cannot be infected by political virus, whether it's Republican or Democrat or extreme liberal views or very good conservative views. Um, they need to be able to be focused as a American unit. They do not need to be worrying about if they're black or white. They do not need to be worrying about if they're gay or straight. And they do not need to be worrying about make believe terms or pronouns. These are not the times or the places. These people work their butts off in every type of branch of military. They doing something that me and most of you watching haven't done. And to those that are watching, sincerely, sincerely, God bless you and thank you for your service. You guys have done stuff that I don't want to do and couldn't dream of. And I sit here and soak up the freedom. But I will not disrespect you or the flag. Now, those military people work their butts off. They work hard. They get barely sleep. They get fired on explosives. They come home with no legs and a casket, all sorts of things. These military, do you know how many military men and women are overseas as they're finding out that they're going through a divorce or their significant one has been cheating on them or a death or something that they may not be able to just jump right up and get back to. And as an individual that has experienced my own issues that have saddened me or affected me in other ways, that's hard in itself to get up and have to go to work and feed yourself when you're very sad over a death or losing somebody or a loved one. You know, these are the top of the elite. We expect them to get that way. We expect them to be that way. So we should treat them that way. And that's also treating them like heroes. These are heroes. And this doesn't just go for military. This goes for the police. This goes for the fire and the EMS. But to be fair, law enforcement, special agent enforcement, everybody, the military and some of those special forces and stuff. I mean, the way that they deal with it, and you have police that are here in America, like Chicago and stuff, that are basically dealing with almost the same thing. The difference is that they got a liberal governor handicapping them, and all they can do is either run and hide or get shot point blank, bang bang. You know how many police officers been sitting in their car and just got shot, didn't even know it's coming, or pulled somebody over for a light out or just a simple ticket and shot and killed. These people need to be respected. You wouldn't do it. So, you know, I do agree that we should be bringing them back. I agree with Joe Biden on that. I don't know if we have the same reasoning why. And that, I know to some people that doesn't bother them, but stuff like that scares me, worries me, not scares me. That's an over exaggeration, but I, I know why I'm agreeing with myself. I hope this makes sense. But I don't want to agree with somebody that I fully don't know why they agree with that, because I don't want to be lumped and associated with his reasoning why, if that makes sense. So that's why that kind of worries me. His is probably forgetfulness and neglect and doesn't know where he stands and getting told all this stuff, and the liberal and Democrat party is changing and rapid so quick, boom, that his old little mind with a half a brain cell is probably just sputting around as fast as it can, sitting and thinking, "Oh, Joe, I'm just as old as you. I shouldn't be doing this." And they're feeding him with ear ear earpieces and telling him, I got my Joe Biden moments too, but that's why I'm not president. Earpieces feeding him all this information. They're giving him, papers with information. Mine are just facts that I want to make sure I say most of the time. This whole time I pretty much have just said what I felt and was honest, besides the key facts that I had written down. Joe Biden, he has a hard time doing that. And I said on day one, I'm socially awkward. This is and to remind you, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. In my head, I speak beautifully, and I can rat tat 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 and say the best things and the best words. But when I try to think of it and put it into motion, it is honestly the most challenging thing. You guys might not think that, but it is. But I also see that the more I do this, the more that I open myself up and I practice. It's a struggle, but that's why I'm here. I no longer wanted to. It could have been easy after November 20th and January 6th, as I sit on my butt and hope and wait. It would have been easy to sit there and think, okay, well, this is not going to go anywhere. Nobody's going to really care about what you have to say. And I understand quite well that I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the best motivator. And, but I can learn, I can grow, and I can be part of the movement that I know how. So for right now, this is what I'm doing. And maybe God, maybe life will transition me to where I need to be. But right now, this is where I feel like I need to be. And just like that, that's how we get off a subject. But anyways, I do agree with Joe Biden about bringing it back, but I do not want to agree with why he might do. I don't know why. I don't want to be a part of that mess. Moving on. Did anybody see that video of what they call the bloody the bloody rival between the Antifa and the Patriots, where they were, they were going at it. And one little Antifa girl, I think she got gashed. I think it was real funny how I didn't see the part, or maybe I don't like watching those videos for two reasons. Either one, the real me, I don't like seeing people get hurt. It's very easy to say, whatever or whatever, but I truthfully mean when I say that I want Americans just to get back together. But when you watch stuff like that and you watch idiots like that, and it gets your blood boiling when you even think that you think stupid thoughts like that, like, yeah, get them, buddy, get them. And I try not to do that. That's not what I'm all about. It's very easy for me to be like that. I'm very susceptible to my feelings. So yeah, I try not to watch it. So I watched it because it was sent to me, and I watched it a couple of times, but I wasn't sitting there trying to study everything. I just, and like I said initially, was thinking, yeah, you saw the Patriots. I mean, they flee like cowards. The Antifa flee like cowards. And like I was saying before, that girl, I didn't see when she got the gash, but something, or it looked like tapped her or hit her where her little bandana thing waved up, or might even knocked off, or something, or maybe that was her whipping her head around real quick, acting but badass. But something kind of quick happened. She walked a little bit of ways from it all, and she whips around and says, the next person that touches me, I'm going to kick their ass, kick their, you know what? I know I just said it, but I'm trying not to. But anyways, that, she was looking bad for all the people when she got by them, but that's what everybody on that side is. Not everybody, but this is what mostly the side is. And I know, if you're a Democrat, you're looking at this and you say honest. You're sitting here talking about Americans being together, but then you say this, I can't be honest though if I'm not telling the truth on why our side feels this way. And this video is a great example. You got a bunch of white liberals who are separating and calling everybody by their colors, sitting there. I don't know if on this video, but other videos, they'll go up and call a black officer or a black conservative the N-word, and walk back, and they'll be all masked up. And then what do you have? You have the other side, who are American, all different colors, all different people, sticking up. They were just standing there, and all of a sudden, it's usually these Antifas going to them. They'll go protest Antifa, but it's Antifa that usually tries to go up to them. And I don't understand why Antifa acts like they're big and bad when 10 out of 10 times you get your butt whipped. And I hope your parents whip your butt too. So I bring up this video for a couple of reasons. It it does make you feel good as a patriot to see this. And honestly, it does have to happen because they're not stopping. I don't want to say that, but you know, when they're coming up to you and hitting you and grabbing stuff out of your hand, calling your name, spitting you, you got to be able to defend yourself, or they're going to keep doing it if nothing happens. But we are conservatives for a reason. We are adults for a reason. So when we come across this, we got to be brighter. We got to be smarter. We got to be mature. We got to assess the situation. And I know it's not fair that 9 times out of 10 that us conservatives, we have to be held to a pedestal. Christians, you have to be held to a pedestal. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a Christian, you can't be upset. You can't be acting like that. And they want to do that. But, it's just the position that we hold, I guess. And we can't lose that because then we start losing who we are. No, not every conservative feels collectively as far as we do on not disrupting or destroying. You will have a couple, some conservatives that have just been pushed too far. But, it's hard that, we're the ones that, are called racist names by the racist and they'll call us racist. It's hard that the hypocrites will say hypocritical things about us and they own the little TV shows and they own the news medias and the Facebooks and they can block you and they can call you whatever. And if you say anything and you get any traction at all, they will stop you from speaking back. And, it's terrible. And I know not all you conservatives are Christians, but, just as Jesus has told us, there's a reason why we turn the other cheek. We've got to hold ourselves to better standards. That's kind of why we're conservatives. That's kind of why we're Christians. I mean, we're Christians because we believe in God and what he has done for us, but we're conservatives and we're Christians because we want to be better. And to you conservatives, all of you as a whole are wonderful people. We have bad people in there in our party, and we need to point them out, and we often do. That's another thing we do better. One day it will get better, but that video, warranted or not, I just want to just say while you're watching this stuff, the video started already while the ruckus was going. I can't say what is anybody's mind, and I am not condemning anybody there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened. I can take a pretty good assumption, and I would probably be right. But so I'm not, if nobody, if anybody from that video is involved on the conservative side, I'm not saying anything about that because I wasn't there. What I am speaking to is those of you that watch this. True research is a good thing, and research can be on everything, and I can't knock you down for that. But for enjoyment and hardening your heart to others, We don't want to do that. We want to trust in God. We want to trust in ourselves. We don't want to trust in big government. We don't want to trust in liberals. And for that, for that we are better people. So I just hope you guys kind of remember that and it sticks with you. And I'm going to try to remember that. Like I said, I'm a person that gets in my feelings, and it's very easy to watch one of those videos and you just walk away, or when you see these Black Lives Matter videos where they're just very racist, bigoted, and they're painting up our streets while calling us racist names. Saw this weekend where there's a New York professor that wrote this whole I forgot what it's called, but it's to put white people in all these different categories, and we're basically summing up, we're white supremacists. We're just pieces of crap, there's no helping us. Many of you guys probably already heard about that. If you know what I'm going to talk about, good. If not, you can check it out. Again, that's something as a conservative you should know, so you can speak up against. But that's speak up and out against. Don't go up there and beat him against, if that makes sense. So, just peace with yourself. I hope you guys continue to have a great Monday and the rest of the week. And if you like what you saw, if you like what you heard, or maybe you just want to help me grow, why don't you like, share, and comment? And keyword share, share me. Share me so the world can get me. And hit that notification bell and get all the notifications so you don't miss a beat, because I am the vitamin that you need. Remember, I can maybe set you free. You guys have a great day. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow.
Nope.